Hey, what's up, y'all? It's YORO, and I'm going to be checking out Notes by Kinoko Nasu. This will be a blind read through. Basically, I'll be going through the whole thing, reading it out loud, making comments in between and whatnot, as I usually do with Nasu's visual novels and things like that. And I'm curious what kind of maybe wider context I might show about the Nasu verse or a different aspect of it. That's something I enjoy about Nasu's works. You know, they show and explore different things within different works, so could be cool to get some of that. But really, I'm just ready to see what this is a story about. We have a nice little author's note here that I've already skimmed through in my head, and it does provide context about what this is as far as Nasu writing this for this, I guess, doujin called Angel Notes. We'll be reading that out loud and then reading through the rest of it. Before I begin, once I start the first section after this author's note, I will be playing some background music as I read the After Image album by Wave. And they made this album based on Notes, so that's cool. They dropped it in 2006 at Comic-Con 71, so yeah, I'll be playing that in the background while I read. And at the very end, there are a couple images I will look at that I guess are associated with this story as well, so thank you to Wise for helping me with that. And yeah, that's it. Let's begin. Notes. Kinoko Nasu. This was what I wrote when I was invited to make an anthology comic on the topic of angels. However, the anthology wasn't text-based and the other two were artists, so I was in trouble. What is the meaning of a novel when over half of the book was pictures, especially when it's a short novel? That's how I came up with the irregular notes after my doubtfulness. I remember that I was pretty satisfied with what I came up with, considering that it was completed in a short amount of time. Although it's unpleasant to the eyes, it brings back memories when I cut and pasted what I typed out from the word processor. If I ever get a chance, I would like to make this into a real series of story too. I always think about that when I look at the Black Barrel. Yeah, there you go. Pretty straightforward context about why Nasu wrote this and the troubles and circumstances around that. I am curious when Nasu wrote this author's note. You know, kind of, especially with the part about it's unpleasant to the eyes, but it brings back memories. Also expressing wanting to make this into a real series of story too. So yeah, I'm very interested in what this is. As far as the mention of the Black Barrel, I have no idea what that is. I know there is a glossary of terms within this PDF after every single section that explains, I guess, terms within that section. So I'll be going through that as well. But, you know, when I see that, that just, for some reason, makes me think of Sion, but I don't think that applies to her gun. But, yeah, let's check this out. The aircraft rose further up in the troposphere. The sea of ashen clouds had yet to disappear. Iron wings soared in the gray sky to annihilate the common enemy of the human race. At the end of the battle, all but one of the aircrafts that had participated in the mission were destroyed. Perhaps he was lucky that an obsolete AI was piloting it. The AI-controlled plane was the only one that was unaffected by the heat of the enemy. I continued to fly by myself. The organic pulsations echoing in the machine were just as I thought, belonged only to myself. Oh wow. I opened the hangar and drew out my gun. The air flowing in the machine was cold, burning his lungs. The internal temperature had reached below zero. The coat he wore carried minimum meaning. It was at a level that would just barely sustain organic life. This aircraft, which had only been intended to act as a transport for flight-capable species, was unequipped with weaponry. If I were to fight, I had to risk my life. Man, just as a quick aside, the kind of picture this is painting, this conflict, this to annihilate the common enemy of the human race, this whole picture is crazy. Let's keep going. Arctic cold and rampaging winds. The corpses of my comrades, spinal fluid leaking out from the noses and ears, laid behind me. An old aircraft which could crash at any moment. The situation was so absolutely bleak that I felt like singing out loud. Holding the Black Barrel, which I modified for sniping, I did nothing but await for the enemy. For the moment the enemy would enter the scope, for the moment I could pull the trigger and be at ease. 7 days had been added to the clock on the plane. Only 7 days have passed. My paralyzed brain felt that I could continue staying like this for another month, or maybe another year. My body was always on the verge of collapsing. How many days and months have it been? My mind, my language, myself. Just when I had lost everything, I recollected everything back. The gun's sight caught the Genemi H. I pulled the trigger without hesitation. My brain that punched through its limits was scorched. Just one brief moment before I fell into unconsciousness. Just one slight moment before I blacked out. Just a moment before I was about to fade away. I witnessed the form of my enemy. How beautiful. Between a rift in the clouds, I saw an angel. So holy shit, this soundtrack. God damn, this OST. Okay, shit, man. Wow, okay. An angel? That was their enemy? Ooh, there's the shot. Oh, that's so fucking cool. So looking back through, I understand a bit better. The way the text is written, it's hard to tell. I know this was translated. By the way, shout out to the translator, Evil Space, and the editor for this, Rainius, by the way, for letting me read this. But I understand now, like for example, when it says, I opened the hangar and drew out my gun, and the next line says, the air flowing in the machine was cold, burning his lungs. So we go from him, you know, his first person, then third person, talking about him, I assume. But yeah, he was the only survivor. This airborne battle war to annihilate the common enemy of the human race. And I guess at the end, angels? There's like a heat that emits from them, and the obsolete AI was unaffected by their heat. This is crazy. And I love the way it was written. I mean, accompanied by the soundtrack as well. Like, it's fucking sick, but this is already very interesting. Because when I think about, like, angels, like, even in the, especially in the context of the Nasu verse, I'm like, what does that mean? Very cool. And this guy, the sole survivor, holding the black barrel. So that is very interesting. Very vivid as well. The Arctic cold, the rampaging winds, the corpses of my comrades, spinal fluid. You know, I felt like singing, like, holy shit. What is the black barrel? 0, GODO, angel notes, the meter of night arms, and overcount 1999, type, other. I see. I guess, yeah, that's what the name of this section is. Sorry, I'll remember to read that immediately after finishing the last part of it next time. Also, I realize my capture is a little bit off. There we go. Should be fixed now. Alright, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so I see here there are a bunch of terms. Okay, we'll just go through this and see what's up. I assume matter here was meant to be matter in the title. That's alright. Also, Genemi H. I assume that may have been a mistranslation as well, but maybe not. Alright, let's go. Overcount 1999. Hagane no Daichi. Land of Steel. A planet that died. A globe that reached its end. A world where living things can't live. The name of the world in the present time. It's not its official name, but a nickname passed down between the people who live in the corrupted land. This Earth? It's just dead Earth. Like the name Land of Steel indicates, a large part of the continent are now wild lands that are torn apart, covered by a tainted gray-colored cloud. Food can't be grown, and the atmosphere is no longer suited for the animals. This is very interesting. So to avoid spoilers, there is a fate work that talks about a dying world, and of course the symptoms that you would expect, you know, can't grow food, the atmosphere is not suited for animals, for life, and I guess this is a world where this actually happened. Looking at it as with that context with the story is that's interesting too. But we'll keep going. Sorry, I keep stopping a lot. It's what I do. To put it in a human species way, a drastic end of a century. But even after the mother planet died, the humans were able to live on with its developed civil technology. Okay, even the planet's end where people once imagined couldn't bring an end to mankind. There you go. Surviving. So I guess that's what's happening, or what's happened. God damn, okay. Eirei, Hyakushu, 100 subspecies. Next generation primates that were created by the human species who used up all the planet's resource. Oh. Well, I guess we know how the fucking planet died. That's very real. Holy shit, okay. They were modeled after the living things that used to exist on the planet. These are the new humans. 100 subspecies, okay. They were modified/enhanced in order for them to survive on the corrupted planet. There were numerous branches to the A race, and they were categorized into about 100 major species. Holy shit. From 1 to 10 consists of only one type of A race each and not a mass. Some carry the genes of humans and they look like us, but a large part of them are mixed/evolved form of various creatures and primates. That is so interesting. So I see now A-Ray. You know, I was wondering about the part above that. I guess the underlined part underneath is the translation, like Land of Steel, Hagane no Daichi, A-Ray Hyakushu, 100 subspecies. So yeah, that's the real name, I guess. Overcount 1999, that just makes me think Y2K was way more serious than they thought, and then here the fuck we are. But no, humans killed the fucking planet. Big surprise. And we have crazy subspecies modeled after them, modified/enhanced to survive on the corrupted planet. Because that was the only way those humans could ensure their, I guess, the future of humanity would survive in some way, just to make a whole fucking new generation of human species. Holy fuck. Alright, liner. That's a familiar word. Ningenshu. Human species. I recognize the word ningen. Human race on the Land of Steel. Evolved form of the old human beings who adapted to this world without changing their shape. They technically belong to the A-rays as well. Okay. They were able to adapt and live on today's environment, but they still don't carry any ability more than a normal human being. They are building a country in order to reconstruct their old civilization. Ceasefire with the 100 A-rays. So they have two different... That is interesting. So the A-rays are like the A-rays, and even though the human species, the Ningenshu, are technically, like, belong to the A-rays as well, they are still just considered, like, simply an evolved form of the old human beings, and that they did not change their shape. Like, they're like, I guess, the true descendants, I guess. So when it mentions, like, in GODO up here, in 0/GODO up here, as far as, like, to annihilate the common enemy of the human race, I guess the common enemy between the Eirei Hyakushu and the Ningenshu, which I guess are the angels? Man, we are really building up some very needed context here. I like it. This is cool. Babel's Tale, Tyson, the Great War. After the death of the planet, there was a war between the survived human race and the 100 A-rays. Okay. Got you. Before the ceasefire, of course. I guess there had to have been a war for there to be a ceasefire. Mankind, in order to survive, and the A-rays to rule the world. Wow. Under the 6 sisters who united the unmasked A-race, the human race were on the verge of defeat. Near the end of the war, mankind created the knights and the human species, and it further killed the planet that's already dead. Knights. 6 sisters. Man. I'm just remembering in the author's note where Nasu's like, this makes me want to make a whole story about this. I want that story, man. What the hell? I feel like I'm reading the fucking, you know, the little booklets they used to put in video game cases where you read through and that shit would tell you like lore and like characters and weapons. Like this is that, and I want more. And it just fucked up the planet even more. Goddamn. There was no victor to this war. It was interrupted by an intruder that suddenly appeared and nearly wiped out both sides. What the fuck? This is wild, dude. Okay. Well, I see we got knights underneath, so yeah, let's check that out. This is a whole saga. Goddamn. Etherliner, Kishi, Knights. So yeah, compared to Liner, Ningenshu, Etherliner. Okay, so who are the Knights they created? Life form that received an even stronger effect from the drastic environment. They wield a special weapon called the Demonic Swords. Aggressive species that could fight the A-rays equally without any support of firearms of the old age. There are currently 78 knights enlisted. Kind of reminds me of the Dead Apostle Ancestors, the 27, parentheses 28. But that is, yeah. A stronger effect from the drastic environment. It's like some Fallout shit. We got demonic swords, okay. Knight arms, Maken, demonic magical sword. The name of the weapon that knights carry. All human species born in this world are affected by Gin. Okay. Babies born with a large amount of Gin in them shape it as if it's their bones during their lives, and when they reach adulthood, it is laid outside their body. Huh. Okay. Because it is created with the unanalyzed entity Gin, it is able to cause various effects, and its power is strong enough to be considered a weapon. Interesting. Only few humans can shape the demonic swords, and those who carry a demonic sword powerful enough to be used for war are considered as knights. Only one demonic sword exists per knight. Okay, I just gotta read the next one then. What is Gin? Grain, ether, Gin. Space dust. Okay. Name given to all the harmful and unpredictable particles generated from the planet that lost its function. Yo, that super reminds me of, again, no spoilers, because, yeah, like, within this world, dying, this is a world in the Nasu-verse, with the pockets of mana drying up, or just mana drying out on a global scale, what replaced it was an unidentified particle. And they pretty much killed all life within them. So I guess it's Gin. Damn, that's crazy. And they explained in the show that it was just kind of a natural flipping of like the rules of nature, I guess. Like it just naturally flipped to that harmful particle as opposed to, I guess, the wellspring, that life, that mana is within the world normally. Although it is harmful to humans, sometimes it gives a unique effect to their body, and some call it ether. The 100 A-rays human species knights are all new species created by this Gin. The energy transfer rate of the Gin scattered in atmosphere is incredible, and it resulted in a new level of warfare that was never possible on this planet. With A-rays who can take in Gin into their body and demonic swords crystallized by Gin, all the weapons of the old age became useless. Damn, dude. It is that powerful. Holy crap. The fact that this ether could be like weaponized, and even saying like the 100 A-rays, human species, knights, all new species created by this Gin. Because before I was like, okay, I guess the knights, since they were like strongly affected from the drastic environment from the Gin, the ether, that it was just them. But like, no, of course, like they would all be affected by it because this dead planet is just full of this shit, this space dust. Of course, generated from the dying planet just naturally. Again, like that reversal. Poor Gaia. Damn, dude. Yeah, that hella makes me think of like Gaia and Elia, humanity versus nature, that whole dynamic. That gets explored a bit in Tsukihime. Like, cause you got true ancestors, you got all that shit, and it kind of, you do get like talks about that. I always thought that was a really cool thing. But when it's taken to the brink like this, when the planet actually dies and like what happens, this ether that's generated from the dead planet and, the effects on humans and like what would happen, how humans would adapt. They would create like other species. They would evolve themselves. They would be affected and become like knights. Like what the fuck? Like that shit is crazy. And the fact that the Gin, like within the knights, like forms within them, like as if it's their bones, and then when they turn adults, it's laid outside their body. Bam, here's a fucking Gin ether demonic magical sword for you. Like, what the hell? Like, it's crazy, like, that this is what happens and what has happened in this scenario. Like, with me mentioning at the beginning of this that it would be cool if, like, whatever notes was before I got into it, if it would provided some, like, wider context about the Nasu-verse, exploring a different aspect and kind of seeing where that goes, or, whatever story this was going to tell. This is some next level shit about what would happen if a planet, I guess, died within the Nasu-verse, if I'm to take it as canon, like, for that, Though I think it's safe to do so contextually, just with all of Nasu's works that just naturally kind of flow into each other. Even for something like notes, for back then. But I don't know, this could be its own thing. But no, I mean, this is like, again, based on like the example I have seen and what it's describing here, like, yeah, damn, this is crazy. What would happen if the planet died, man? God damn. That's tight. And the fact that it makes clear the human species who used up all the planet's resource. Like, we killed this shit. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Alright, let's continue. Notes: 1. Original sin. 2. Public garden. 3. Roman. 4. After images. 5. How a Star is Born. 6. Glitter Love. So we just did story 0 over here. That was the preliminary of this short novel. Angel Voice, 1999. Oh, there you go. We got the date right there. May. Kinoko, Nasu. Cool, and all the names of them. Sick. Alright, yeah, let's continue. Here we go. So after I came back home from work, I saw an angel in my room holding a guitar. There you go. I guess I've finally gone insane. Long, blonde, wavy hair, and a pure white one-piece dress. A face that left hints of girlish youth and... It must be her. A ring of light floating on top of her head? Oh! If this wasn't an angel, I sure as hell didn't know what one was supposed to be. Good evening, the angel bowed with an awkward smile. After rubbing my eyes, I walked inside. The angel kept standing in the middle of the room holding the guitar, and for some reason was looking at me excitedly. Okay, who the hell are you? I'm an angel, she laughed with a smile. Yeah, I can tell. What I meant was, why are you in my room? If you are here to sell yourself, you came to the wrong room. I hate to break it to you, but I'm not making enough cash to buy an angel. I'm not here for that. What's the best way of putting it? I'd like to do your housework. What? I can do that by myself. Get out. Now I just can't do that. You see, I can do anything. Since she was full of confidence, I let her clean the place up. The result? A scene far more gruesome than a tragedy. My cooking's perfect, the angel said, quickly sticking her index finger up. No thanks. I can't take factory-produced food. It has too much nutrition and the veins will rupture. You get what I'm saying? The angel nodded. Seems like she at least knew that I was a human and not part of the A-ray species. Ah, important we read those. Okay, so what else can you do? I can play the guitar, she said happily, stroking the guitar. Her blue guitar was one of the types that use electricity to produce sound. Man, she's rocking out, okay. This is so weird, but interesting, okay. It wasn't the kind of merchandise that went well with angels. And not just that, she just plain sucked. Get out, I took the angel's hands and kicked her out from the window. Days passed and I went to the hospital. There's nothing wrong with your brain, answered a fish-faced doctor. And so, every day after finishing work, I wasted energy chasing away that angel. Eventually, I gave up bothering to. Man, this is such a contrast from the angel that was getting sniped by the black barrel in the first thing. What the hell? The sky, it's dark, the angel muttered as she looked out at the sky from the window. An angel that didn't even know that. Figures. She didn't seem to be one of the artificial angels included in the A-rays. Huh. Hey, where'd you come from? I'm guessing you're not an A-ray on this side of the rift. I'm not an A-ray. Then what are you? I'm a being that was created from the hopes and dreams of the people living in this city. That's why I'm so pretty. I'm glad that everyone had such pure souls. The angel twirled around happily. The edge of her skirt wavered like a dress. Crazy. Now that she mentioned it, she seemed unreal. The angel was too beautiful to be an inhabitant of the land of steel. Her golden hair was so dazzling that instead it projected poison. So that means she's an illusion that only I could see? So why is the manifestation of everybody's imagination in my room? Because it's you who killed me. Whoa. She seemed to be mad that I didn't realize that, more so than the fact that I killed her. When I asked her if she came here to get revenge, she answered back, "What's revenge?" The angel turned out to be pretty handy and learned many things gradually. Now she apparently grasped what it means to clean. The only exception was anything involving the guitar. I'm not improving with the guitar at all. I'm playing it just like I'm imagining it, but what I'm thinking and what's coming out are completely different. Ah, so there was a song she wanted to play. Of course, she wouldn't get any better. No shit, that guitar hasn't been tuned. Yep, it was screwed up from the beginning. The angel tilted her head and asked, "What's tuning?" 1. Original Sin. Was this like the first encounter with like an angel, I guess? Because she says she's made of the hopes and dreams of the people living in the city. But then claims that he's the one who killed her? Like, what? Does she mean like not him specifically, but just like people, or? But no, it's like she answered that to why he asked why she's in his room, so very weird. And yeah, she just said like, you know, what's tuning, or like what's revenge? Like just so pure, I guess. Like she is, yeah, just simply that manifestation. Maybe the fact that this person is not an A-ray, like when she says like, it's because you who killed me, maybe to just not being an A-ray, just being like of the humans who are like evolved and adapted to the new world. Like calling out like that humanity, not the new humans, the A-rays that were created. You know, of the, I guess all the subspecies, like just you straight up. Like as humankind. But I don't know. Interesting though. Showed up with the guitar. What the hell? It's cool that that we were able to go through those terms and like know what they're talking about with this as far as Land of Steel and whatnot. And arrays and everything. But yeah, there you go. Huh. Yeah, such a big difference from the first story where that angel gets sniped. And I wonder what happened because of this. Because clearly she stuck around and, you know, she got better at being handy and stuff. But, I don't know, except the guitar. Could not do music. I remember in Zero where the person here wanted to sing. You know, it was so bleak, I felt like singing out loud. But that's probably unrelated, but that's an interesting thing. Cool. Let's move on. Check out these terms for this. Cloud sky, sora ga kurai. The sky, it's dark. Sky covered by clouds. The thick layers of cloud hides the sky since the Great War. It doesn't mean the sky is gray. They just can't see the sky. Depressing, but I guess another symptom of a dead world. And I guess one that was killed by people. Number 20, Guardian Angel, Tenchi, Angel, there you go. Artificial angels within the 100 A-rays. The 20th species within the 100, but it is equal to the top 10 just considering its power to destroy objects. They're the 20th of the 100. Because yeah, okay, yeah, so up here, yeah, when they said she didn't seem to be one of the artificial angels included in the A-ray, so yeah, this is them. A mask that protects a single A-ray species. The original is an angel in the largest religion of the Old Age. A human type that has a pair of bird wings. Aggressive species that uses the absorbed heavy particle that's scattered in the atmosphere after the world got destroyed as its source of power. So it uses ether, it uses Gin. Got you. It absorbs Gin. I guess, yeah, just like various A-rays and humans and whatnot, how they're affected by it. So number 20. It says the original is an angel in the largest religion of the... Okay, so yeah, Christianity, right. The fact that humankind made artificial angels, though, as the number 20 of all the subspecies, that makes me curious about the rest and what image they were created in as well. Like, for them to like make angels is so... Last seed, Ningen, humans. Human species who hasn't received any modification or their descendants. Since they are no longer able to survive on this planet, it is said that they are on the verge of extinction. Okay, so, okay. Yeah, they have no modification, no descendant, but they're still here. Interesting. In order for humans to live outside, they need support from medication or machines. They can't directly inhale the air, nor can they eat the food made in the factory because they raise the physical ability too much that they become poisonous. They are rare, but have no value. Wow. Okay. I see. Damn. So yeah, like they mentioned up here, I can't take factory produced food. It has too much nutrition and the veins will rupture. There you go. So the last seed, Ningen. So yeah, compared to the Ningen Shu, I believe they were called, which were the ones who adapted. Yeah, Ningen Shu. They're evolved forms, but they just didn't change shape. And compared to the A-Ray, like, yeah, this is just straight up Ningen, humans. I didn't think there were any still alive. I just thought the Ningen Shu were the closest there were. But no, there are still humans, but they use medication or machines. And yeah, I guess this person was a human. Because yeah, they can't have that food. I think that, drives even more of like why the angel says that it's you who killed me. Because this person is just a straight up human. Not Ningen Shu, not A-Ray, human. No value, as it says. You know, the ones, I guess as a whole, who destroyed the planet, drained the resources. Of course, that wouldn't fall to like an individual. You know, that happens on such a scale, such a greedy, like, scale. You couldn't blame this individual, but I think that was the idea of the angel saying that. Very interesting. Just the fact that they're not an A-Ray angel, though, but the manifestation of the hopes and dreams, like, that's crazy. Original sin. Goddamn, okay. Very cool. Man, this is tight. Man, it would be so dope if, like, a whole series came out about this from Nasu. I mean, I guess if it hasn't at this point. I mean, notes exist, you know, this exists. This is a short novel that thankfully has been translated and formatted in this kind of way. And that's really cool. Because, you know, there's so much here, but man, this really makes me want, you know, more, you know? Very cool. Alright, let's continue. A female body having a pair of bird wings on the back. On top of that, if it also has a beautiful form, then that life form is called an angel. I see, a little typo there. My job was to shoot down 20 of those angels a day. Ooh, okay, we're going back to 0. Holy fuck. That's why it wasn't that surprising for me to be seen as an enemy by all who were angels. I came to this city a year ago, the strangest city within the land of steel. No plants were able to grow on the soil of this planet. However, there were numerous gray-colored trees within the city, and even a withered grass field on top of a hill. In the hill at the center of the city, there were 2 gigantic trees that covered the sky. These trees reached the sea of clouds, and it was called the World Trees for their size. Wow. Yggdrasil. Okay. And this world building. I chose my job as an angel hunter. In this city, angel came down from the sky and attacked people every day. Although they do attack people, they're only at an annoying level of wild dogs, and not many were actually affected. But if we left them alone, the city would be filled with angels, so the city council had to hire hunters. I don't know if the angels have a set location they come down to, but I saw a lot of them in the forest of the city outskirts. Pulling on the trigger of the gun, I absorbed the impact on my shoulder. The naked angel fell down and hit the floor as if it was shot right in the forehead. On the floor of the forest, there were leaves and countless number of dead angels. Going across the rough surface of the earth, I returned into the walls that surrounded the city. A beast man who was appointed another area was waving his hand as he approached me. Okay, he's an A-Ray. Man, this is so, like, brutal, but tight. I wonder what circumstances led to the angels doing this. For the angels to attack humans who have killed the world in an already dead world. Like, just that straight up come from the sky. True angels, like the girl in the previous story. Hey, how's it going? Not much. 3 coppers per kill. If I consider the cost of the bullet, I won't even have a single copper for myself. Yeah, that is dirt cheap pay for such a serious job. It's because you use a gun. If you're a man, use your body. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not that well built. I even need to take medication in order to get oxygen. I'm doing my best just to live. I see. You humans are so inconvenient. Indeed. Being human is inconvenient. Yes, in this world humans are certainly inconvenient. That's why human beings in the old age made a lot of creative tools. As a result, A-rays were invented, and that ended up as the Great War. That's how pure human beings were gone. After a freeloader called the Angel stayed at my house, I increased my workload. That angel ate food. Although the materials produced at the factory are free, there's a limit to it, so I had to increase my daily quota from 20 to 30. How ironic was it to kill more angels to feed an angel? God damn. You're working hard lately. I'm just releasing my stress. Those targets actually look very alike to the cause of my stress. It makes this lame job exciting. I couldn't help it and let it out. The beast man tilted his head. It's a good thing that you're dedicated to your job, but watch out. They said there were some knights who were inspecting the forest. I heard a demonic sword user was looking for you. What does that mean? Is there an Aristoteles coming this way? I don't know. More importantly, our pay is supposedly lowered this month again. That's a more realistic problem. Right. Is the Financial Bureau ready to kill us now? I never done anything wrong, though. Said a prisoner who murdered over 50 human species. God damn. The beastman sighed as he looked at the pile of dead angels scattered across the forest. Hey, you think we can eat them? He muttered a bad idea. Forget it. You'll be punished by heaven, I bet. I made an obvious reply as I shrugged my shoulders. What the fuck, 2? Public garden. Yeah, let's read this. Aristoteles, that is... Yeah, what is that? 1. Aristoteles. 8 life forms that appeared near the end of the war. Unknown existences. Not only their appearance, but each of their biology differs significantly. The reason they use this name is a mystery, but the origin is probably a scientist from the old age. Considering mankind and Ere as their enemies, they repetitively attacked them indiscriminately. Mankind were broken their platform completely, and the 100 Ares decreased in number significantly by them. After the Great War was over, they slowed down their activity by the sea of clouds that covered the sky, but they still continued to slaughter the living things on the planet. Since then, the human species and the Ares ceased fire. Well, that's why they ceased fire. Until they destroy the common enemy, they group themselves together as the human race. Got it. Holy shit, so that's what they're called. But no, it doesn't describe these as angels. And, you know, when they were talking about it up here, it was after he mentioned that there was a knight with a demonic sword user looking for him. There were some knights inspecting the forest. Certain Aristoteles coming this way. Man, so yeah, 8 life forms, unknown existences. Each of their biology differs significantly. Very interesting. Very mysterious. But they're the common enemy of the human race. But it says here, you know, after the Great War, they slowed down their activity by the sea of clouds that covered the sky. So they're coming from there. They're, I guess, what these angels are, I guess. Just like from the story zero, GODO, the common enemy of the human race. It was just straight up, that's what it said there. The common enemy. And at the end, I saw my enemy, an angel. You know, how beautiful, right? Damn, very interesting. But there's definitely more to it. I guess we'll see when we keep going. But yeah, even the way it continues here, and you know, you get some world building with the world trees, and you know, within the city, you know, nothing grows, but there's great trees. You know, these angels that come down to attack, how it's become a problem. Like normally, like if you kind of just deal with them, like whatever. But if you let enough time pass, then you gotta, like, you need these hunters, and that's why it's the job this person has. I like the interaction with the Ere, the beast man, as well. Kind of see, like, the social dynamic within this apocalyptic world. Are you only getting 3 coppers per kill? Like, copper? Like, they even say, like, even not even taking into account, like, the exact, like, value of that within this world now. Like, even considering the cost of the bullet, like, outweighing that shit, like, goddamn. Then this beast man, like, use your body if you're a man. Killing angels to feed an angel, yeah, that's gotta be strange. I wonder, man, like, the fact he just has that angel at his place now. And it's just like, I'm the manifestation of the hopes and dreams of the people in this city. Like, alright, I'm gonna go kill more angels so I can feed you, I guess. Because, you know, she's just staying there now. But that's gotta have an effect on the world, right? Like, for that angel to be here, that true angel. She probably is an Aristoteles. She's probably one of the 8 life forms, but I don't know. She did seem like more unique, just how she described herself. But either way, very interesting. Yeah, very brutal stuff. Think we can eat them, you'll be punished by heaven. That's kind of, yeah, that's crazy, man. Alright, let's continue. I'm loving this. On my way home from work, I got caught by an angel. Again. Not the angel at home, but an actual angel within the ARA branch. You're not very sociable lately. Rejecting an invitation from a pretty person like me, you must be an impotent. Whoa, what the fuck? God damn. She said that as she pushed me into a bar and offering a glass of alcohol. It's true, I haven't spoke to her for about half a year. While we were having some casual conversation, a bunch of hecklers butted in. They say the angel should accompany the A-rays instead of that human. I thought so too, but she shut them up by a glare. I'm sorry, were you offended? Yeah, I don't feel good about it, but they're right. Why do you care about someone like me? Don't the A-rays find a love partner in order to produce a stronger species? I won't be able to create strong children. It doesn't hurt for an exception, does it? Besides, our outside appearance matters more for us. There's not many species that are close to the angels, and you're my type. There's no problem. She said that as she drank the purple fizz in her glass. Her appearance was a real angel. Her wings weren't used for flying, but used as a dish to collect the heavy particles in the surroundings. The angel species were able to fly without wings, originally being the protectors of the A-ray called the Six Sisters. Oh, there you go. The angels were considered to have an equal fighting power as the knights who carried the demonic sword. In other words, they can perform a destructive activity as a nuclear bomb on their own. It did say that they had the ability to destroy shit. They can go off like a nuke? What the fuck? Goodbye, Mr. TN. A dish to collect the heavy particles, the Gin, the ether. The protectors of the A-ray, the Six Sisters, yeah. As we drank more alcohol and more or less of our true characters were shown, she asked a weird question. Hey, why do you use a gun? Humans can't use Gin like you A-rays, you know. Our strength is limited as well, so it's natural we have to rely on weapons. What other practical firearms are there other than a gun? That means humans aren't made to fight. But why do you still fight? Let's see. If I recall correctly, my family was killed when I was small. That's when I dug up a gun and practiced shooting so I could take revenge. Oh, typical. Yeah, it's typical. I tried to laugh, but I couldn't. I never succeeded in trying to make a forced smile. But doesn't the family mean they were of the same species? I never heard of any humans living around here. I haven't told you, have I? I was originally born in Westland, the other side of the Great Rift. Westland? You mean the continent that got wiped out by the Black Aristoteles? Ooh. Oh shit. Surprised she fell silent. When Westland was completely scorched, I was a kid of only 12 or 13. An old story from almost 7 years ago. Damn, this dude's only 19 or 20? Holy fuck. God damn. By the way, do you still do that job? I do. There isn't any other job opportunity for a half-wit like me. I don't want to be kept under a protection as rare species either. God, that sounds awful. What, are you still complaining? They are different from you. Don't be so concerned. It's silly. I am concerned. I don't mind others to do it, but it makes me angry to think that you, out of all people, are killing angels every day. Hey, why do you hunt angels? That is because I am twisted. It's my job. I can't help it. I said that without looking at her eyes. She gave me a cold look, seeing through my lie. You're right. You've quit thinking. That's why you don't feel any pain. But, on the other hand, you don't feel any happiness either. You never have fun by recalling the past either. Your life must be like the machine you use. That's why you need to rely on something simple like logical reasoning in order to motivate yourself. The angel said that with a discontent expression. What's so wrong with being a machine? A theory that higher life forms having emotions was a real fantasy. Huh. What's wrong with you today? You seem to be very picky. No kidding, it's because you won't talk to me. A drunken angel isn't very appealing. What do you mean? I may look like this, but I'm very popular in my hometown. Answering, yeah, I sipped on my glass. I was supposed to restrain myself tonight, but I'm passing out before her. The angel asks me her last question. Hey, why do you fight? That's because I don't want to die. Then, why don't you want to die? Probably because I want to live. Why do you want to live? That's obvious. Because I never got to experience anything good. Damn. Holy shit. Is that so? Needing logical reason in order to live. You're an underdeveloped life form. Saying that, she left first. But how can I help it? Because the human race kept on living by their instinct, the world died once. Having to rely on pessimistic reasoning is the only punishment given to the humans who are left behind. 3. Roman. Yo, that's wild, man. Holy fuck. That's like their burden to bear now. The only punishment. We killed the fucking world, and it's like, how else can I think? Like, I literally can't. This angel girl, like, kind of criticizing his logical reasoning, to live. And that answer was heartbreaking because I never got to experience anything good. I mean, yeah, given just what we learned about what happened in the Westland at the hand of the Black Aristoteles, at such a young age, and even just in a dying world, probably nothing is good happened to this guy and even his family before then, just fucking struggling to fucking live, Yeah, that was a fucking lot that came out of this A-Ray angel hitting on our boy here. Hella depressing, man. That is, wow. Yeah, there was a lot here. Like, even just being an A-Ray angel, like, questioning why you hunt angels and it leading to all this. And even just his internal monologue, that is because I am twisted. Why do humans fight? Why do you fight? You've quit thinking. You feel no pain, but you don't feel happy. There's nothing good in your past. You're just like a machine. You're just like the machine you use. Like, leave this guy alone, man. Holy fuck. It's like the burden of humanity, the burden of like living in this dead world, what he's personally gone through, why he keeps going, like why keep doing this, why fight, why live, vengeance, why he uses a gun in the first place. Like, I dug up a gun, practice shooting so I can take revenge on the Black Aristoteles. I wonder if he'll achieve that. Man, what a badass. To make it this far. And so young too, man. This is like our Kiritsugu, our depressed badass protag doing what he does. Our shooty boy protag. The angels like equal fighting power as the knights, and they can nuke themselves. Maybe they don't have to do it to themselves, but yeah, they can perform a destructive activity as a nuke on their own. They can probably just do it, actually. That is wild. Being human is inconvenient. But everybody's suffering here. Alright, here we go. Number 1 saving system to Earth. I assume that's supposed to be saving. Maybe it is saving, I don't know. Rokunin Shimai, the 6 sisters. At the time of the Great War, beings that ruled over the 100 A-rays. It said that they looked just like humans and that all 6 looked like witches in a fairy story wearing a black hat and riding on a broomstick. Oh shit, Koaku. Each one of them carried an ability that surpasses all the 100 A-rays. Near the end of the Great War, the youngest sister, Judge, was defeated by a knight, but her death cry tore apart a continent. The whereabouts of the remaining 5 is unknown. What the hell? Pretty much what we learned as far as, well, they ruled the A-rays, they also like protected them, fought for them. But what are they? Beings, and that the fact that they look like fairy tale witches with the hat and broomsticks, like what? And the naming is interesting. One of them was called Judge. They sound conceptual, like kind of like the particle that has come out in the angels or the Aristoteles that emerged, like these crazy like forces and things that have just naturally emerged as a result of the world dying and everything. Seems like another one of those cases. Just like a fundamental outcome of this horrible outcome. Crazy. Wait, what the fuck does this say? Type Jupiter? Type Jupiter? Type Sat? Okay, hold on. Ooh, okay. We got the black barrel down there. Okay. I'll shut up. Type Jupiter. Kuroi Aristoteles. The black Aristoteles. That's type Jupiter? Oh, I'm so happy to learn about this. Because all I knew was type moon is crimson moon. Archetype earth, that's arc. But yo, okay, here we go. An Aristoteles that appeared in the western continent. a black giant several dozen kilometers in size. Its form was pretty close to a human. It was actually a group of black photon gas, and theoretically its size can expand infinitely. It carries an unknown core in its center that can only be described as an artificial sun, and the gases are emitted from this object. Of the 8 Aristoteles, it eliminated the most living things. The Western continent went on an all-out battle, and it wiped them out without a scar. Crazy, although there's probably no such thing as a scar to this Aristoteles. After this incident, a team of knights were sent to the Western continent. After a fierce battle, it was sliced in half by the demonic sword of Knight Edom, the Slash Emperor. The chopped artificial sun went berserk and burned the whole Western continent. Yo, that's how it got scorched. And that's how dude's family died. Yo, holy fuck. Wiped out by the Black Aristoteles when the Westland was completely scorched. I was a kid of only 12 or 13. And yeah, the Aristoteles itself, type Jupiter, crazy. Straight up just killed the most living things on its own. But man, how the artificial sun, Doc Ock? What the hell? A group of black photon gas? Like look at all this shit that happened from the Earth dying. Like Jupiter came out. What the fuck? Okay. Damn. Yo, shout out to Knight Edom, who just fucking sliced him in half. The Slash Emperor. That demonic sword. And the sun went berserk and burned the whole fucking continent. What the hell, dude? I so want this story to be an anime or a VN or movie or something, man. Kind of like how Fate Prototype got its own OVA. Like, even just that, I don't know. But this is so cool. I'm happy just to read this. Okay, type Saturn. Jiujika. Okay, the cross. A cross-shaped Aristoteles that is 3,000 meters long. What the fuck? A cross-shaped Aristoteles, man. Yeah, these Aristoteles hella differ from each other biologically, like it said. Just a giant cross. Or it's cross-shaped, excuse me. Its outer shell is composed of an illuminating mineral and there's nothing else. This flying object fires a rain of light to the ground from its body. Dude, this straight up just sounds like an angel from Evangelion. Just a giant-ass cross alien, whatever the fuck. Shooting lasers and shit. God. The rain is a cross-shaped electric impact that is a meter long, and it explodes as it hits the ground, annihilating the living things around it. There are variations to this cross-shaped light, and some causes an earthquake that tears apart the earth as it lands on the ground. Okay, the crosses struck on the ground are just like tombs spread about on the wild land. AKA the Flying Fortress. It seems to be the leader of the Aristoteles that are on the planet. That are on the planet, you say. Type Saturn. Holy fuck. We have a type for every planet? See, all I knew about was type Moon. We got type for all the planets too? Got other Aristoteles out here? The fact that it's a cross, you know? This is just, dude, this is like, you know what this is? This is like universal punishment for this planet. Just like wreaking havoc on it. Like, type, oh yeah, because if you think of Earth, like, yeah, if the planets, like, all have their own types, their own, like, manifestations or whatever. Aristoteles, I might be thinking about this in the wrong way, but Earth surely has that too. Is that just Gaia? Is Gaia a type? They just call it the world, but just even just thinking of that, like, if like with Gaia dead, like the world dead, it would make sense that the other like planets or whatever would like mourn it in a way or would lash out, you know? That's why it just boom hits the ground, kills everything like around it. Like it's like fucking shit is out of order. Like this is out of control. This is not what was supposed to happen, you know? This is crazy. Like that would make a lot of sense, you know? But god damn, okay. The fact that it's a cross, very interesting. And it manifests like that. I wonder if like that form is maybe some reflection of like that aspect of maybe humanity or something. As far as like type Jupiter with the black photon gas, I'm not sure. Maybe that could represent like the smog. I don't know. I'm thinking about the ways like humanity could kill the planet, like pollution. You know what I mean? Or even just like the cross, like talking about, you know, the religious aspect of humanity and reflecting that aspect. I don't know, but that is yeah, that's very cool to think about, because that's fucking wild, dude. Okay, launching this black barrel. Here we go. A black rifle that the gun god uses. What? The gun god? Wait, so dude in the beginning was the gun god? Created by a mineral that counters all Gin, it's a weapon that is feared by life forms that carry any slight amount of Gin. A mineral that counters all Gin. It just destroys. Man, yeah, that would destroy anything here. But because all living beings that exist in the world are affected by Gin, it is impossible for them to use or even touch it. Makes sense? The God Killer Gun. If the target creature is stronger, in other words, the more Gin it carries, the more powerful the bullet becomes. Oh shit, it's like an origin bullet with mages. That's crazy, but with fucking gods. And beings with Gin, which is like fucking everything. Oh my god. Today, only the rare species that weren't able to evolve and doesn't carry any Gins can touch this gun. Yo, just the humans, Ningen. Ningen can use the black barrel. Wait, hold on, I gotta go back to GODO. Hold on, I'll be right back, hold on. Let's go to GODO. Dude shot the black barrel, right? Holding the black barrel, which dude, he modified it for sniping. What a gangster. What? Because yeah, he's a human, he's just Ningen. He's not, like, he takes the medication, he uses machines, like, to survive. He doesn't use Gin. Dude, okay, and yeah, wasn't modified by it. Holy fuck. That the gun god uses, that's crazy. So the gun god made this black rifle? I guess balance, right? Something has to destroy the Gin. Maybe, but yo, that's fucking wild. Only just straight humans can use it. The rare species, the ones with no value. This reminds me of like some Dark Souls type lore. Not really, but you know what I mean? Just kind of like, I don't know, random thought. But just like reading about this item and just the way it reads and just kind of how it is. Like this is just so cool, you know? It's all building such a grand and insane picture of like what is just true of this world and what's happening. Okay, Blood Sky Sora ga Akai. The sky, it's red. The sky in this world. Above the gray sea of clouds, there's not a blue, but a red sky. Oh. It's not because of a pollution, but from the blood of one of the Aristoteles that appeared near the end of the Great War. Type Pluto. Oh, RIP, not a planet anymore. In order to not let Pluto enter the planet's atmosphere, the six sisters fought it and killed each other at the same time. And its blood covered the whole planet as a result. The gray cloud is said to be a shield that the six sisters placed. Yo, what the fuck? Within this red sky, the two Aristoteles that are prevented from entering the planet is floating like fishes that swim in the sea. Dude, I feel like I just entered the secret room at the end of the earth and I'm learning like all the world's secrets. Like the way this is building is crazy. Cause yeah, we just learned, like we just saw the entry, like the sky, like it's whatever it said, it's gray or it's black or it's like, you just can't see anything. Above that, like that's the shield. Said to be the shield from the six sisters. Cause they and Type Pluto fought and mutually killed each other. And that shit, it's Type Pluto's blood. And yeah, I guess the gray cloud is the shielding, like, from the Aristoteles in that red sky from entering the planet. I wonder which two are lingering then. Interesting. Is Type Moon one of them? Probably. I wonder what role like Crimson Moon has in this. It's probably one of the two Aristoteles that is trying to enter to do that, because they would be like one of those, like as Type Moon, as, you know, Type Pluto, Type Jupiter, and whatnot. Excuse me, Type Saturn, yeah, as well. Like, I'm thinking about that now. But yo, that's tight. Man, this is all building up so cool. Okay. Type Venus. Oh shit, here we go. Okay. Ten no Nakigara, Heaven's Corpse. and Aristoteles is estimated to be 1,000 meters long. It appeared after the Great War and was flying in the sea of clouds. Its shape was never confirmed by anyone, and its details were unknown. A life form that had a pair of wings, and compared to the other Aristoteles, it was close to this planet's species. What? A pair of wings, and close to this planet's species, close to humans. An angel. Heaven's corpse, type Venus. According to the records, it was shot down in the mission by the Knights in the 83rd year of the new calendar, GODO, and it fell somewhere on the continent. Originally, it was a life form that lands on the earth of a planet, rooting itself and spreading its spore as it eats away the planet. Oh god. It can also be described as a gigantic carnivorous plant. It was put to an eternal sleep by the Black Barrel. Dude, that was story 0, GODO, or chapter 0, excuse me. Yo, that was it right there. He was one of the knights in the 83rd year. But someone who could use the Black Barrel. Straight up someone who was unaffected, who could wield it. The only one left. You know, he credited like the obsolete AI, you know, being able to withstand the heat from, I guess, type Venus. But what the fuck? I wonder where it landed, if it fell somewhere on the continent. Wait! Oh shit! That's her! Is that her? Cause yeah, she was like, you killed me. And if it was him, yo, if it's our boy who was the one, like... So I was probably incorrectly thinking that chapter 0 was its own like separate thing. He must have survived. He was like, I could last like another month or year or however long, like... And he saw the image, like when he shot it with the Black Barrel. Maybe? But either way, like even if she does blame humanity for that, like yeah, that had to have been her, because if they fell down, maybe? I mean, she hasn't rooted itself and spread its spore to eat away the planet, and it even says it was put to an eternal sleep, so probably not. Because I was thinking, like, yeah, if he was the one, like, the same guy who has Angel Girl in his bedroom and in his home, but it's probably not her. Because I figured she was an Aristoteles, but this is like the closest it would be. But this is definitely the one from GODO, from chapter 0. So 1,000 meters long. I'm just picturing that. Like the dude like looking up at that and sniping it with the Black Barrel. Like that is next level shit, man. Man, this is the Nasu verse. What the fuck? This is like a crazy scale, man. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff in like the stories of Nasuverse, but they're usually like very compact within the stories that are told. This is like the craziest shit ever happens. And all the types, yeah, type Venus, like again, another one of them who came to Earth, came to the dead planet to root itself. I guess it does that to other planets as well. I don't know. It's interesting now I'm thinking about the relationship between like the planets and I guess the types that represent them, given their naming. But yeah, no, that's crazy. It's cool we got that context. What the fuck? That's so wild. Dude, we learned about 3 types in like 1 page. Do you know how long it was before I knew who the fuck type Moon was? You know, hundreds of hours of Nasu versus reading before I knew who the fuck type Moon was. And in 1 page, due to the circumstances of this story, in this 12-page short novel, just 3 off the bat, just because this is a dead planet and because like they came here and this is what they did. God damn. I wonder if we'll read about type Moon. They gotta be in this, right? That's what I'm really curious about, but this is fucking cool, man. Damn. Oh, RIP type Venus in chapter 0. God damn. It could be her, but she was like manifested from the dreams and hopes of the people in the city, so maybe type Venus became a whole other like life form, but that's assuming a lot, so I don't know. She's still very mysterious in that respect. But yeah, that would fit her the most as far as the mysterious being that she is, but I don't know. Okay. Alright, next one. Slipping through the busy streets of the city, I returned to my room. The angel was stubbornly still there. It's winter soon. The temperature would break the critical freezing point and the city would soon literally freeze. But I didn't think of passing my second winter in this city. There's a lot of commotion in the city lately. The angel said that as she looked down from the window. A large window, larger than the angel, looked like a window of a church that I once saw in a picture book. The angel with blonde hair and bright white wings bent over with a sad face. I bet she's a saber face. Behind her, the city and two world trees were blurry like a mirage. Everything was inside a world in steel color. Only this angel was pretty, as if it was a nightmare. This kind of points a lot to this guy's perspective. The same as before, where he described her beauty as kind of like poison in contrast to everything. The same thing here. As something so beautiful, a being so beautiful in this world in steel color, in this land of steel, in this dead world. In front of this scene, you can even picture the CG of her standing there, with her sad face in the huge window, and the city and the two world trees blurry. I could even picture the CG of that. Shit is, man, vivid, man. But even just kind of the bleak outlook of the sky, understandably, who the fuck wouldn't be, you know? But I really like the way this is written. Nasu, man. Angel looked down at the distant ground. The city was packed with people who were trying to leave. What is everyone doing? They're moving out altogether. The neighboring area was destroyed by a 3,000-meter Aristoteles. Oh, fuck. The cross. Calculating its progressing route, they said it will pass through the city in 3 days. Dude, you just have to casually, you just gotta get the fuck away. A fucking type is rampaging. I guess we gotta leave. This shit is nutty. Above me? Above us. It might collide with the world tree. Either way, everything in its path is destroyed. It's obvious why people are running away. Oh, so that's why everyone's so desperate. The angel said that as she looked down vacantly. Glancing at the angel who's just standing there, I started packing my belongings. I pushed winter equipments and clothings, personal air maker, and several guns into my bag. Oh, hella Kiritsu. I decided to leave everything else behind. Are you going too? Yeah, because I don't want to die. But not right away. I'll go out on my own after the commotion down there dies down. The angel sadly lowered her eyes. Angle. I could be your angle or you or a devil. Because she was always happy for no reason, just that made her look really lonely. This may be the last time, so let me ask you a question. What were you after all? Oh, here we go. The angel made a sigh without any seriousness. I can only make out that she wasn't the existing species of angels. That's why I wanted to know the truth, at least in the end. A plain reply of the angel. What everyone calls the Aristoteles. Confirmed. You didn't know? The angel looked at me like that. Damn. Aristoteles. A thing that suddenly appeared on this planet and became an enemy of all living things. An unpredictable enemy where not only was there no method of communication, their biological structure as a living thing was unclear. Yeah, they're all crazy different and wild. One just looks like an angel, which I guess is her. I guess she's type Venus. The cross, the black photon gas. And it's like punishment. It feels like punishment. Just just beating this dead planet, the living things that are on it. Because yeah, enemy of all living things, just suddenly here, oh, you killed the Earth, you killed Gaia, well, this is what we're doing now, just rampaging. This shit is all out of order. That was at a little city like this, in a room of a deserted tower, shaped like an angel and playing a guitar. What kind of joke was that? No living things on this planet was able to stand up against this life form. What a punishment by God. Yeah, exactly, it's what it feels like. Really? You? Oh no, the thing at the base of this city to be exact. What I was shot down and fell to this place, yo. It was an instant death. Trees grew and people started living on top of that. Oh, fuck. How did I not think of that? Yeah, nothing can grow on the planet anymore, so how the fuck did things grow here? This is where she landed. Type Venus takes root and spreads its spore. Wait, what the fuck? The angel goes on. This planet has no longer any power to raise life. That's why greens wouldn't grow. But if it was on top of another life instead of the Earth, they would. I'm normally not that kind of thing, but I ended up like this. What everyone calls the world trees are the wings of what used to be me. Oh my god. In other words, feathers of the wings. The falling feathers took shape of what I used to look like. I was originally that kind of invading life form. It's not the angels that were originally on this planet. But you're still shaped like an angel. Dude, this is so like... So when she says, yeah, I'm normally not that kind of thing, but I ended up like this. Like, yeah, because before I described Type Venus like more parasitically. But life sprouted on top of her, like after she fell. And the world trees, her wings, that is... Oh my god, okay. This is so cool. Because I am everyone's fantasy. The body of what I used to be died already, but it seems something like the mind was still alive. But a concept of a mind never existed to me. The species of this planet have a wonderful ability to form a shape out of knowledge. Wait, the collective unconsciousness, right, of humanity? Laya? Using everyone as a model, I formed a shape out of my knowledge that I had but never used. The reason I'm shaped like an angel is because it's the closest image of the shape of what I used to be. That's how I was able to communicate with everyone by creating the same thought circuit. I was able to become myself by taking form of the imaginary angel. That's gotta be the collective will of humanity, right? Right there. The angel detached herself from a thing called Aristoteles by becoming an illusion. Yeah, that shit is crazy. She was able to acknowledge herself for the first time by becoming something not herself. She's already no one, but a realization of an image of an angel that the people imagined on their own. Are you happy? The angel happily replied, yes, only an illusion standeth here. I see. An angel can only live within an imagination. I happen to recall the definition of an angel, that it had wings, a halo, being really beautiful, and then it's only an illusion. After all, a thing that brings you hope can only be a fantasy. Wow. When I thought about that, the angel sadly replied, you're right. I wish I was a real angel, with an appearance that looked more like an angel than an actual angel. She said something like that. Again, super depressing. A thing that brings you hope can only be a fantasy, man. That's gotta be the collective will of humanity, right? I mean, it seemed more, I was gonna say small scale, but no, she said she used, the species of the planet have a wonderful ability to form a shape out of knowledge, using everyone as a model. I formed a shape out of my knowledge that I had but never used. The closest image of the shape of what I used to be, so yeah. And that's how she took on this form and detached from being a Aristoteles and this illusion, right? But even like lamenting that, no, I can't be a real angel. Even looking more like an angel than an actual angel, to say that. Like, that's crazy. Man, this shit is so depressing, man. I love the way that's written, though. That's so, like, god damn. That whole last part right there. That's so good. That confirmed she was Type Venus fallen. And then, yeah, man, I didn't even think about that, of how nothing could grow on the planet. So how the fuck did the world trees and everything was here? Damn, like, I never would have put this together, but I should have at least, like, thought about that. That's wild. Like, even just the fact that the cross is like, oh, the cross is here, the neighboring area was destroyed, calculating its route, it's gonna pass through here, like, man, like, they have to leave just because the types are just rampaging, man, killing all the living things still here, like punishment for the humanity that would kill this planet is what it feels like. Even said, it's like punishment by God. Like, no living thing on this planet was able to stand up to this life form, these Aristoteles. And then for, Type Venus to become something entirely different, this illusion, because of humanity, and that life even sprung upon her, any of the wings that became the world trees. Like, I mean, that is actually hopeful, that's something, that life could even, emerge from her after being shot the fuck down by the Black Barrel, and that she could become something else entirely. from everyone's hopes and dreams, or I guess fantasy, more accurately, how she described it here. That's still pretty amazing. I mean, it's such a grain of sand of like kind of something, you know, beautiful that happens. And in the grand scheme, just the way things are, you know, with this dead world, with the punishment that seems to be continually wreaked upon it, upon humanity that still dares to live and survive on it. It's like, I don't know, it's something though, you know? And if this is like the force of like the collective, you know, will, unconscious of like humanity, you know, like Alaya, which is a force in the Nasu verse, still functioning, you know, to this extent, you know, I wonder maybe if she's like empowered to that extent, or maybe she could like, you know, truly do something to defend humanity in that respect. But I don't know. I mean, you know, still very depressing, you know, maybe not, but maybe it's something. But yeah, damn, that's fucking cool. 4 after images. Sorry, it's the formatting of it being in the middle sometimes kind of threw me off there. But yeah, there you go. Next one. A huge flying cross moved away within the ashen clouds. That thing which changed its course started disappearing from sight as it kept on pouring the rain of judgment. It seems like the battle was over. Oh. The airplane that I was on kept on increasing its altitude through the troposphere. On the side of the plane was a big hole. That is nutty. That I guess they still have to use planes to get around, and they still can, but just look out the window. There's the fucking crater that the giant cross being made. Like, holy fuck. The wounded iron bird could no longer listen to what's told to do. It just kept on flying till its end as if it's the dream of all who have wings. Oh, okay. Damn. That's a hell of a way to describe this airplane. And even, you know, the wings, thinking of the angels as well. Damn. Sooner or later, it will fly out of the ashen sea of clouds and reach the stratosphere. My body wasn't built so strong that I could breathe at such a place, but I don't have to worry about that. There's no guarantee that I would be alive by the time I reached there. I leaned on the wall as I brought my gun down. The door of the hangar remained opened. Just like how it once was, cold air blew in and I could see the earth very well. Land without any colors. Even the ocean in the distance was colorless. That was a world that is completely dead. Even then, this world of steel, even then, felt so precious and my vision blurred. I've seen something like this 5 years ago. That day, the enemy that appeared through the clouds was beautiful than anything. Oh, it was him that did it. Okay. Because I was surprised that he didn't, like, mention it to her before. Like, oh, you're the one I fucking shot. Oh, I see, you know. But damn, okay. A pair of wings and a figure that somehow resembles a human. I shot that thing that looked like an angel. The bullet that is nothing more than a grain of bean to that thing drilled into its forehead and dropped the angel. That moment, the instant I pulled the trigger, our eyes met through the scope. There was no communication. That's all. But since then, I kept dreaming of that thing falling down the sea of clouds forever. Okay, so more insights to how it was. So yeah, we're just straight up moved to this memory, a bit deeper into it. And yeah, it's using a lot of the same language as Chapter 0 as well, so. The angel that accompanied the plane woke up. One of her wings was horribly ripped. Being a high-ranking species of the A-rays, she was naturally forced to join this mission, and jumped in here after getting heavily wounded. She only came here to rest her wings, but we were out of luck. The moment she came in, when the hangar opened, the arrow of light hit this plane that was too close to the cross. Oh fuck. The light pierced through her wing and the body of the plane and took out her consciousness in the plane's AI. And now several minutes later, the angel who was unconscious slowly woke up. Good morning. When I said that to her, she turned around and looked outside. The thing called the Aristoteles was disappearing in the distant direction. I told the angel who was spacing out our total loss and the success of the mission. The angel approached in joy. As she crawled on the floor since she couldn't stand up, her hand slipped on something wet. My blood that spilled over the floor and made a pool and dyed the angel's body red. When you shoved me aside? Without answering her question, I just gazed outside. Over the limitless clouds, the airplane kept on flying upwards. Dude, this guy is amazing, dude. Over the limitless clouds, the airplane kept on flying upwards. The sky that I saw for the first time was different from what I read in the books. The sky, it's red. Repeating a phrase that I once heard somewhere, I couldn't hold strength in my hand anymore. The black gun fell to the floor. Yeah, the sky is red. Yup, surprise. Oh shit, dude. The black gun. So you really were the person who shot the bird down. I guess. That's what people say. But I used all my luck back then. Look at this mess now. Oh, got it. Okay, so this is happening now. I've seen something like this 5 years ago, and this is the current mission. Idiot, because you saved me. How can I help it? I wouldn't want a pretty girl like you dying in front of my eyes. I said something really showy. It was so silly that it made me laugh. That doesn't suit your character. She said that too. We just kept on laughing without looking at each other's way. It was a small, weak, and a gentle voice. You've changed. You weren't this honest with your feelings before. So it is true that you found someone else than me. I wonder if there was really such thing. Although if it's the angel who said she'd rather be a fake, that's funny. She must still be waiting in my room for me to return. They say that angels cure one's mind, not one's body. But that's not true. People don't change because of others. I was always like this. I just acted like I didn't care. But I really was a good person. You couldn't tell, could you? Oh, really? Yeah, really. I wanted to become a hero when I was small too. Oh my god. Nasu. Dude. Look, even just in these paragraphs, like the angel who said she would rather be a fake. I wanted to become a hero when I was small. You can see these little things that Nasu had in their mind, expanded on them so much later, like in Stay Night and, these themes in various, Fate spin-offs as well that came up. That's amazing. I was immature. Probably now too. That's why I go. Or that's why I go. You can probably still fly down to the ground even with one wing. You don't need to come with me. She stood up and looked at me strictly for some reason. Are you going to be okay? To be alone till the end. Didn't I tell you? I want to look cool. Because I wanted to be a hero. And I want to be alone at the end. Because I was all alone until now. I think my clumsy forced smile went well. Probably the best in my life. Yeah, you could never do that. You never force a smile. Till now. I guess because part of it was, genuine. He actually felt it. Goodbye then. Flapping her single-sided wing, she flew out. She looked like a fish of an angel that swam in the Red Sea. So is this the end? Like, is what he's about to do? Like, we're in the red portion now, like. And him mentioning all this now, I wanted to become a hero. I'm still geeking over that. I stood up and sat on the cockpit. Not knowing what I'm doing myself, I tried fixing the broken AI. If I still have some luck left, my fate might change. Yeah, it's not sounding good. When I closed my eyes, I heard a voice. Why did you fight? Because I didn't want to die, of course. Why didn't you want to die? Because I want to live, of course. Then, why did you want to live? That's obvious. It's because, at the farthest limit of my memory, only that answer was different from before. Whoa. It's different now. Why he wants to live? Something good finally happened? Did he realize? 5. How a Star is Born. I keep mentioning it, but I really love the way Nasu wrote this, man. This shit is fucking tight. This honestly might be some of my favorite writing from him, to be honest. And just even more, it just goes to like, man, this is only a short novel? Oh, man. I would so love this to be like more. But again, this is perfect how it is. Like, this even exists, it's great. But man, I'm really enjoying how this is written. And this guy, man, I wanted to become a hero. I can't help it. I'm a Fate fan. I'm still like, man, just looking at how Nasu put this in this even back then, the seeds. And this protagonist is very interesting because in this dying world, in the circumstances he has of like why he fights, why he even keeps going in a world like this with what he's gone through, like it's a really interesting way to examine a character under these circumstances and maybe what answer they might come to, like he did at the end of this, you know? But there's more to it. There's one more, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, I really like that. God damn, dude. Is this it for him? We'll see. Just when I was about to leave the city, I got caught by a messenger of the military. Someone must have remembered an old story from 5 years ago and enlisted me in this mission. When I returned to my room to pick up the black barrel that I left to rot, the angel was still there. Oh, this is before he left on the mission, okay. This might even be how he came to his realization at the end of the last one. About his reason to live, why he wants to live. Maybe he realized by encountering this angel that something good did happen. I don't know, we'll see. Are you going to fight that? Looks like it. The knights are assembling too, and the military is eager to do it. They're aiming to at least change the cross's course. If that's it, then the possibility isn't zero. It's impossible. Everyone doesn't understand what an Aristoteles is. That isn't a life form on this planet. There's no chance of winning. Yeah, they're the other planets, right? How could that be? In reality, we have already defeated 3 Aristoteles. If we have more firepower than them, it's not an unstoppable opponent. I don't know about that. They can't be judged by this planet's common sense. That's why even a concept of death doesn't exist for them. No, R.I.P. the 17 Shikis. They won't stop until they achieve their objective. Objective? You guys had such a thing? Yes, it's not our own objective, but we do. They arrived here to fulfill the wish of this planet. Oh my god. This planet died by the influence of the life forms that lived on it. The planet itself doesn't have a feeling of grief. Even perishing by the influence of its own life forms is alright. Wow. A planet only carries a will. It carries no meaning. But there was an exception. The planet is able to forgive it because the life forms follow the same fate as the planet. But the human species were able to live on, even on the dead land. This planet was frightened by the existence that kept on living on top of its death, and cried out for help at its end. Please, wipe out the life forms that are still alive. Oh my god, Gaia cried out, and the other type planets were like, say less, and came here to wipe them. Oh my goodness. It's like we were thinking before. Of like, you know, the punishment. Like I mentioned before, hundreds of hours before I even learned Type Moon. And now we learn like they're Aristoteles and they're beings that like have their own will. Like, you know, like the Earth, like Gaia has its own will. And we've seen that in the other works as well, like how like it creates like, you know, beings like, you know, true ancestors or empowers them as like beings of nature, you know, and like that is, wow. Like I'm so geeked out that I know this now. Like I should have known about this. Like as much time as I spent it, as much as I like base my channel so much around these works, like this is so important, man. I see. So that's who you guys were? When I muttered that, the angel said no, as she shook her head. The only ones who were able to hear the cry of the planet were also planets. I know. We were the highest ranking species of those planets who received the will of this planet. For example, the Aristoteles that was called the Heaven's Corpse, what I used to be, was the most superior individual on Venus. Okay, got it. Interesting. See, that's a straight up, like, straightforward answer that I was really wanting as far as understanding, like, what they really were. Besides beings of, like, the planet, I guess. Like, I didn't really know, you know, but there you go. Damn. Without knowing, I lost my breath. Our enemy were species that ruled over the alien branches of other planets, where our common sense doesn't apply. The strongest life form on a planet was, in other words, the planet itself. The human species who survived on this planet to put it simple. We're fighting 8 planets. Yeah, there's no chance of winning. You got that right. Yes, the angel nodded sadly. On top of that, it's them who are right. Jeez. If the humans accepted the prophecy in the 2000th year, we would have gotten away by just being the victim. Prophecy. No, the ones who are wrong are the Aristoteles. They don't have any will. Isn't it a bad thing to erase lives without having a will? The angel who learned the common sense of this planet said that. But there was no longer any notion of right or wrong on this planet. The only simple rule was that you either live or die. That's why, because I lived till now, I'm not going to be on the dying side. It won't change anything. I don't have any reason to fight either. I probably will never have any. At the point that we are just killing each other for no reason, we are equal. Isn't this the most simple way of life? The angel won't answer. What are you going to do? Even if you have the same objective, that cross and you are different things, right? Then your body will be destroyed along with this city. You said you died instantly, but that's in our standards. I doubt the concept of death on this planet applies to a life form on another planet. Aren't you able to move already? The angel facing down shook her head. No. If I move, the outer shell of the wings will shatter. All the leaves of what everyone calls the world tree will fall. If that happens, uncountable numbers of angels will come pouring down. If that happens, everyone will die before the Aristoteles comes. Wow! The gloomy angel said that. She's right. The number of leaves of the tree that reaches the clouds is far more than the number of surviving human species. Billions of released angels will cover the whole planet in no time. But you'll die if you don't. It's alright. I am the people here. I am only an image created by them. Just that they provided you knowledge. You are different from us. To you, we are just simple accessories. You should hurry up and take it off so you'll feel light. The angel sadly smiled, and again shook her head. You're an idiot. I know I am, but I can't help it. I love this place. With teary eyes, the angel said that with a feeling of satisfaction. How can I argue with that? Okay, I suppose that can't be helped. Yeah, it's just like up here. Yeah, the angel who learned the common sense of this planet said that. The ones who are wrong with Aristoteles don't have any will. Isn't it a bad thing to erase lives without having a will? And then back to here, like, she loves this place, you know? She's like, her manifestation right now, what she is to this place. Like, even her moving would condemn this place, but she won't. She won't condemn people here. Like, she loves this place. What she is now is like, man. That's what I was thinking before, like, if she would be like, because she is manifested from, like, I guess humanity in that way. She is kind of in its way, its guardian right now. Or at least preventing it from not having a chance. We're swarming billions of angels here, you know? Yes, as the angel nodded her head, she stared at me. Her straight eyes were asking me, how about you? I'm going to die soon, you know. I think you can at least tell me that, and the heavens won't punish you. The punishment itself that came to this planet said that irresponsibly. As I carried my belongings on my back, I replied, yeah, I'll be honest. I love this city too. Besides, since that moment, I was possessed by you. Huh? The angel opened her eyes widely in surprisement. What does that mean? It must mean I've fallen in love with you since then. I just realized that now. Why he wants to live. When I threw out the words, the angel sparkled her expression but quickly put her head down. But I'm not a human being. The angel realized something like that just now. Jeez, she's a real idiot. Man, that just gave me big Tsukihime vibes. You know, there's only one human being left in the world, and that's me. What does that have to do with anything? Oh shit, he is. What the fuck? He's the last human. Oh, you're right. The angel nodded in impression. There's nothing else to talk about. I started walking outside as the time of the military gathering approached. See you. Go to someone with a better dream next time. You can become a real angel if you do that. My imagination was always twisted somewhere. Oh fuck, because he's the last human. It was all like from his imagination. It's him, like it's why she's only here, because it's just him that can shape that, right? What the fuck? Oh my god, his hopes and dreams. An illusion that he could love. Something he could live for, right? Just realized that he fell in love with her. Why his answer changed to why he wants to live, man. Some fucking something good in this depressing ass story in the world, right? When I looked back at her one last time, the angel answered in a gentle expression. No. There's no such thing as a real angel. I'd rather stay a fake one. The fantasy said that it will stay as a fantasy. Is that so? Convinced, I left the room. Ah, that's it. All that was left in the room was my older sister's guitar and the fake angel. Oh, it was his older sister's guitar. Oh my god. The fake angel. Oh my goodness, that was so cool. Damn, and even the arc they gave this character, this guy. I love this guy, man. Because it's like, how could he not be how he is in this world and going what he's gone through, but even still, like, being the only human and like his will, his dream, like to be the only one that could shape this angel. Like, basically, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Basically, like, really just gave himself his own hope in that way, which is kind of crazy to think about. But, you know, they were manifest due to the crazy circumstances of him shooting down Type Venus, her landing here, and then the life that was born upon her, and even because of that, her becoming what she is, because of him, you know, because of humanity, which is just him becoming this fake angel and, you know, caring for this place and caring for humanity and caring for him, that she won't leave, she won't condemn all the Eres and Genshu and, you know, everyone who's here, and that he has his reason to live, you know, for this fake angel. I love that Nasu, you know, the concept of the fake, you know, preferred, you know, to the real. Obviously a major theme in Stay Night and so many like Fate works, you know, that were based on that. But my favorite quote about that comes from Monogatari, which deals with that as well, you know, Nisemono, that whole thing, which is that a fake, in its effort to be the real thing, ends up more real than the real thing because it's trying so hard, you know? And what's wrong with being a fake after all? Love these seeds you could see even in this older writing before Stay Night existed, or was a complete, fully formed thing, because clearly these ideas were there and were explored to this extent here. But man, so that was cool, like character-wise. I really enjoyed that progression, but just as a whole, like, my goodness. Actually, I'm not done yet. Let me read this part and then we'll talk about it more as a whole, because man, like, we gotta read this first. I feel like we got two more things here. The Six Sisters, GODO, ultimate one. Okay. Let's read these first before we talk about more. The Six Sisters, GODO, Jushin, Gun God. Oh, that's why it was chapter 0 was called GODO. His nickname given upon the mission of the bird drop. Oh, that was his nickname. The guys. Some sarcastically called him a god imitator, a rare pure human. Yeah, that was him. He excavated the black barrel from a sealed area and made it his gun. Dude, what a badass. Died during the intercept mission of Type Saturn. Oh, fuck, he did die. I guess, yeah, he knew he was going to die. We didn't get it confirmed at the end of 5, but fuck, man. I guess he didn't have some luck left. But then again, I guess he did, because, you know, he found his reason. Man, this was cool, man. What a great short novel. How the fuck have I not read this before? I'm so pissed. Alright, but I'm happy now. Man, confirmed. He died during that mission. The intercept mission of Type Saturn. That cross, man. That cross is nuts. Alright. That's so cool. Gun God. Man, I'm gonna remember this guy. Gun God. What a cool ass character, man. I really liked his character. Gun God. I finally have a name to call him instead of, you know, him, that guy. Sick, dude. He just excavated the black barrel from a sealed area and made it his. Modified that shit into a sniper. What a gun god. Yeah, fucking shit. That's the right name. Wow. Step aside, Kiritsugu. Step aside, Sion. What the hell? Alright, ultimate one. Aristoteles. Last one. Life forms that came from the other planets. They were the strongest life forms on their respective planets, and each of them had the power to wipe out all the remaining living beings in this world. The name Aristoteles was given by the humans, and they had no such things in the first place. The Aristoteles don't fight each other, and they just freely fly around killing things. Okay, they don't fight each other. Several Aristoteles among them contacted mankind learning about this planet's concept of knowledge. Oh, interesting. After Type Saturn, who received orders from their respective planets and sent it to the others, got eliminated, they entered a final war with the human race. Wow, holy crap. Wait, hold up. So they eliminated Type Saturn. Oh my god. This shit we're learning after the fact. That's so cool. So they took out Type Saturn and they're in a final war with the human race. Dude, I want to know about that. I mean, I assume with the gun god dead, the last pure human, the only one who could wield the black barrel, they probably have nothing to fight the remaining Aristoteles with. But they still got rid of Type Saturn. That means Gun God succeeded. He succeeded. He died after succeeding. Fuck yeah. Oh, I'm so happy he succeeded. I mean, the rest of the living things on the planet are fucked. But I don't know. Who knows? But dude, man, Gun God fucking did it. Wasn't no happy ending with you know, his angel girl though. His fake angel. His angel. You know. Yeah, because they could not have that happy ending, of course. You know what I mean? Like, that was the best outcome for Gun God on that mission at that point, to take out Type Saturn, that big ass cross, that 3,000 meter cross. Like, that's incredible. And to fall in love with Type Venus, like, wow, like what a human, man. This guy is crazy. But I love it. Like I love when bleak apocalyptic stories are explored, you know what I mean? Because you know, it's a good opportunity to delve into like how the characters deal with that, into such a naturally depressing world and scenario. Like what do they find hope in when it's been so clearly dashed by, like, especially in this story, by like galactic beings that are just raining down upon you. You're the only one who can wield like the only weapon that could oppose them, which where the fuck did that come from? I mean, it's good he had it, but what the hell? But yeah, the way it explored like his character within that, his interactions like with the Beastman and, you know, with the angel, and like the kind of questions and even the two A-Ray angels he spoke to. I don't believe the one from chapter 5 was the same as the one who was flirting with him before, because I think she was different. I think they mentioned it was a high-ranking A-Ray angel in the 5th one. Could have been the same, but obviously was like, oh, you found someone beside me or something, so maybe. But either way, like it delved into, like, of course, the world building of just like how things are and like how people are in this, and the kind of dynamic, and it really singled him out like as a human, right, as the only pure human, and his perspective and the punishment, the guilt around that, the punishment around that. It was a really interesting thing to explore. And I really enjoyed that. I am so happy that I know about these things and all the kind of things it got into with the types, and even just about Gin. I so badly want a story with this, like, with all about this, dude. Like, let one of these Nasuverse worlds die. Like, let's really see what happens, man. And that even makes me wonder, like, how you could explore it even more. Like, and this is probably more pointing towards my because I have a lot of holes in my fundamental knowledge of like Nasuverse shit, because there's just so much I just There's a lot I forget, honestly. But how would the counterforce function in something like this world-ending event happening? Like the counterforce is like something that acts when humanity is like threatened, and we know about its like counter guardians and how it empowers individuals to like act on humanity's behalf and to like set things right for humanity. But I guess thinking about like how it would function with humanity destroying itself, would it even do anything, right? Because it makes very clear that humans deprived all the resources, they killed the world, right? So would it even act? And maybe it didn't even at all. I think there was still, just due to how type Venus manifested, due to the only pure human left, to the purest, like, I guess, aspect of humanity left, which was Gun God, who could influence her to be like the fake angel she becomes due to his twisted imagination, as he puts it. Like, that is still a fundamental force that seems to be at work, if my assumption is correct there. I mean, what else could it be? But I could be wrong. And I guess the fact that things are how they are in this world kind of answers my question that either it wasn't enough or it just didn't happen at all because humans did this to themselves and to the planet. The relationship between humanity and Gaia is something I've always found interesting. Since when I first saw it, I think mentioned in Tsukihime, maybe it was mentioned before in some other like Fate spinoff or something, but I think that was the first time I really saw stuff about it. The only thing I really heard about was like the counterforce and like unconscious will of humanity and whatnot, and that's always been super interesting to me. And now to see a scenario like this where Gaia fucking dies and then humanity, of course, in the craziest way it does, like it evolves, adapts, and creates like new like subspecies of human that can survive. And it's like magic Fallout-esque, you know what I mean? There are like knights who like due to the gin that is like affecting them manifest weapons, and there are conflicts between them, and then a ceasefire due to the angels, and then the fucking Aristoteles. There's so much stuff going on, and it's just so cool, man. Stuff I just never heard of before. I just never would have known if I didn't read this, man. This is like necessary reading if you're going down the Type Moon rabbit hole. Man, I can't believe I haven't read this until now, but I'm happy that I did. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed me reading this. I'm actually going to check out some images now that were shared with me, so let's check these out. It's GODO and the Angel, dude. Oh, that's tight. I'm super zoomed in, my bad. If I zoom out more, yeah, you can see it says GODO at the top. Dude, it's him. Is he smoking the brand cigarettes that they always use? Like our boy Carrie and various people. Dude, look at him. Yeah, he's definitely got that look. The ponytail is surprising, but yeah, that's fucking Gun God, man, and that's her, the angel with blonde hair. Okay, so she's not a Sabaface, my bad. Well, maybe progenitor of Sabaface. I don't know. Maybe. Either way, this is tight. A visual. Obviously, I can't read none of this down here, but yeah, we got the visual for. I guess if you can't read Japanese, I'll put this here if you want to look at it. In the off chance you haven't seen it yourself, you can pause here if you want to read that. But yeah. Oh no, introduction. Oh, I see. Explanation, source. Interesting. Okay, so probably has a lot of stuff that we just read from it. But yeah, there you go. Cool. That's what they look like. I like it. Here, okay, here's the other image in another tab. Whoa. What the fuck? Yo, is that the cross? Wait, what the fuck? Alright. Whoa. What is that? Wait, are these steps on the side? What is that? Okay, step 1, in the hand. Step 2, that thorns through your hand. Step 3, that shit grows even more. Water. Okay. The fuck? Boom. Top and bottom. Super. What the hell? Who's that? Is that the center of that? Is that a knight? Wait, is that a demonic sword? Yeah, because they said it's like from their bones, right? Oh shit, yeah, look at that. You see from their hands when you reach adulthood. But look how big that shit is. What the fuck? Wait, is that the black Aristoteles? No, they described them as gas. Yeah, this is probably a demonic sword. Look at this shit. Look, yeah, it even looks like bone. Yeah, it's coming straight from them. Look at that. It's gotta be. Ooh, water. That's so cute. Water the potted, thing. Let it grow. Boom. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. I might be wrong about what that is, but that looks crazy. Because, yeah, it's coming straight from them. It's just the fact that there's someone at the center of it, and they kind of look a knight-ish. You know, they kind of have that look to them. So that's what I'm thinking. Because considering like the Aristoteles are just like beings and take on the shape that they do, they wouldn't really have someone at the center of them. You know, that's why at first I thought it was the cross, because that shit was huge, but you know. But yeah, there you go. That is Notes by Kinoko Nasu. Again, hopefully you enjoyed my reading. If you have anything to share about it, as always, feel free to. But yeah, I'm happy that I finally went through that. Pissed I haven't before, but I'm happy that I have now. So that's cool. But yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.